my God, I have to tell you. Oh, I forgot about more story. You fly from Jamaica to Houston. It's what, 2.5, 3 hours? We land, there's a thunderstorm. The pilot is like,
folks, so I don't have good news for you. They've closed down the ramp, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what goes on.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. Only one of the lavatories are open because the other one got sprayed with shit all upon the wall. I heard the flight attendant, she was like, I don't get paid enough for that. Ding! And they're like,
reminder, everybody, please make sure to clean up after yourself on the airplane. We got 160 people on this plane. And
so that lavatory is closed. Everyone's on this one. People are getting stinky. The pilot comes on multiple times and is like,
folks, I got bad news.
Just over and over and over again. We were on the tarmac for 6 hours for a 3-hour flight. Okay. 4 hours. It felt like 6 hours. It's hot. It's one of those hot flights. You know when you get on the plane and it's hot? And every time the announcement came on, he'd be like,
so it looks like if you had a connecting flight, it's probably going to be moved to tomorrow.
Every time, people were just like, this is ridiculous. They weren't serving drinks. If they could just serve us alcohol, it would be okay, but I'm sure that would make people go crazy. Eventually, things get moving.
Folks, I got some good news. They've opened up the ramp. I'm thinking this will be about 30 minutes.
Everyone goes, oh, 30 minutes. We're waiting for this plane to go in, and it's been 30 minutes.
Folks, don't have any good news for you. The plane has gotten a flat tire, the one that's sitting in the gate, so we're going to have to get that tire replaced.
I shit you not. Sounds exactly like that. Everyone's like, oh, God. There's a baby screaming and shit like that, having a fucking panic attack. Fortunately, I'll be honest. I'm watching this show called The Foundation. I downloaded the entire first season. So I was so immersed in that, I was like unaffected. Eventually, they get us on there. We get off. Guess what? Flight from Houston to Austin got moved to 7 in the morning. They gave us a 10% discount code for a hotel. All the hotels are booked except for one that is in a place called Greenpoint, something like that. I didn't know this was a very bad place outside of Houston. It's just like, I'll book the hotel real quick. When you use the discount code, it books it for a month from now. It defaults it to August. And I know you're supposed to check, but it was today's date a month from now. So she books it instantly because it says there's one room left. Immediately afterwards, she's like, oh wait, this shit's fucked up. I gotta get a refund. Immediately, no refund. Wasted $250. Boom! Scammed. By the way, it's 11:30. Everything's fucked up now. We're actually getting cucked. So we're sitting there trying to figure out where we're gonna sleep. Finally, Finn finds a place and it is the Hilton. Finn and I are like, we need a fucking drink, bro. We need a meal and we need a drink, no matter what. So we get into the hotel. Everything's closed. Everything is closed. I'm like, I'm gonna make this work no matter what. Tell Finn, I found a place, man. It's called Plush. I get in the Uber. I say to the guy, I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? Trying out a little place called Plush. You been there? And he goes, nope. And I was like, you from here? Yep. Oh, so you never been to Plush? Nope. I would never go there. We were like, why? And he was like, I'm going to be honest. I'm not taking you there. You'll die. You will probably die or end up in a violent situation if you go there. We got to find you another place to go. I was thinking this guy was just a little wild. There are things that he said that I can't repeat. But I tell you one thing. I think that this guy is racist. He is racist. He was like, hey, I know a place. It's called it's like a Mexican Hooters, Oja or something like that. Maybe you guys are familiar with it. The Finn are like, okay, the food looks good. Let's just fucking go there. It's midnight now. This is where I'm going to post the videos now in Discord. Incredible food, by the way. Actually, really good recommendation. So this is us at that place, chilling. If you scroll up, there should be a little bit more. I'm also posting a picture of Finn having a mental breakdown on the plane. There's us right after we got to the hotel and we were waiting for our Uber before we ended up with the racist Uber driver. Keep saying racist Uber driver, but you took his advice. Well, because I had confirmed that this location was a pop-in location. And I was like, okay, regardless, he knows the territory. I don't know. He was like, pretty much, you guys are too white to go to that other place. But then he was randomly like, I got yellow fever. These Asians are coming off the boat left and right. I go get massages. I get hella head. And Finn and I are just like, no, this was a dad. Oh my God. His bio also said family man, God lover, entrepreneur. He had incredibly high ratings. He was like an ultra driver. Before we got out, He was like, I've had sex with a lot of Asian girls. Houston's a great place for that. And he's like, my second wife was Asian. She was crazy. And so we were just like, all right, we're headed out. We are in there eating and we're like, damn, that guy was a little wild. So anyways, we get in there. There's girls walking around in bikinis. It's just me and Finn. I get a margarita and I pound 3 Blue Moons with oranges. And I'm finally getting what I want. A lemon pepper chicken sandwich. I get chips and salsa and guacamole. We're just eating up and we're drinking. We're like, yo, that shit's crazy, dude. We get in a car on the way back. It's almost 2 a.m. Flight 7 a.m. And the guy is like, y'all ain't bringing any hoes home with you? And I was like, oh, no, not tonight, man. He's like, where y'all coming from? And I was like, oh, Jamaica. And he's like, oh, shit. I had a threesome in Jamaica. You guys need to have threesomes. You going to Jamaica? You gotta have threesomes. And then he was like, he was telling us that if you go to Colombia, you can have all the threesomes you want or something like that. I put on the nerdy voice and I said, I prefer to go to Ohio for my threesomes. And he was like, shit, really? They doing that in Ohio? And I was like, no, dude. I was like, no, absolutely not. Never go to Ohio. I was like, okay, so skip Ohio. Yeah, and I was like, skip Indiana too. Skip the Midwest. He was a black guy. So the other Uber driver, who I thought was a little racy, said we shouldn't go to that bar because we're white. So I asked this guy, I said, hey, can I be honest with you about something? You heard of Plush? Our Uber driver told us not to go there because he said we get killed. And he's like, oh, never go there. You guys would die instantly. And Ben was like, is it because we look different? And he's like, hell yeah, you look different. He's like, you know Greens Point? They call it Guns Point. You see that road right there? Right off of our hotel? If you go down that road, don't go down that road. Never go down that road. Ever. So, that was that. I will be honest. Weirdly enough, the racist Uber driver saved my life. Oh my God. So the first driver, he was like, y'all need to get the fuck out of this town. What are you doing here? And we were like, what? Is there like a restaurant we can go to? Is there like a sports bar? Is there like a, I don't know, a Champs or something? Whatever you guys got here. I mean, listen, the second driver said it was less about us being white and more just about we are obviously and clearly 1000% not from that spot, not from that neighborhood, and we definitely don't look like we were from that neighborhood. And it would be impossible for attention not to be drawn on us. And it's just notably a not good part of town. So Finn and I were like, oh, thanks, man. Have a very good night. Have fun with your threesomes, dude. We went to bed, woke up, flew back. I will be honest, Plush, it looked good. I just don't get it. I was confused. The reason why I was so confused, the reviews were good. Listen, I'm an explorer. I've traveled to pretty much all the states. I've lived hotel life. I've gone to local restaurants near hotels late at night over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, even in different countries. Would that truly have been the end of me? I don't think that if it was bad, I would have ended up in this bad situation, if that makes sense. If I got there and I realized I shouldn't be here, I would get out, right? I am legitimately too street savvy. I just know better. Right? Or I would have just been fine and I would have come back and everybody would have been like, that was crazy that you did that. To be fair, I have been at a little, But to be fair, I would have gone in and got a beer. Yeah, it's a vibe thing, right? I just feel like you just gotta chill. I mean, I'm not joking. I looked at the reviews. There was like a Catherine there. Love this place. The food was incredible. But yeah, so that's my story. I went to Houston for a chicken sandwich and was told I was gonna die by 2 people.